This is Borgogno No Name from 2016. And let's start off talking about the label here. It says no name and then it says etichetta di protesta. What about this? Tell the story about this one.
So it's a funny story. It's my first mistake in the world of the wine. So it's called No Name, and the label
mistake though.
Yes, we have protest label, protest wine. Why? Because it's important, in Italy, for the control of the wine, we have 12 different entities. One for the quality of the wine, one for the vineyard, one for the building, one for the etc. The work is very, very difficult and slow. For example, in French, have only 3 entities. In Spain, only 1. But if you make a mistake in Spain, the day before the mistake, you close your activities. In Italy, is Italy. And the mistake is not a mistake. You can pay and everything is good. I presented in the 2000, this is in 2000, in 2008, I presented in 2010, I presented my first bottling of Barolo, because it's not my Barolo, 2005. And I have 2 casks of this wine.
Yeah.
Because fermented together, aging separately, then we make a blend, and then we separate because 1 cask we bottling in January, 1 cask in June. And one of these entities go to the winery and take the sample. Take the first sample tanks number 1, tanks number 2, and go to the tasting. The testing is analytic testing and sensorial, and the really testing.
Yeah.
The first analytic, the commission say, sample number 1, okay, you can call Barolo. Sample number 2, okay, you can call Barolo. Then the second is the testing. First commission say at the first sample, perfect, fantastic Barolo, you can call Barolo. At the second one say, it's not typical. The color is not good.
This is so weird, yeah.
And this is the disaster of Italy. Say, okay, you don't call Barolo this wine, but you have 16 days for change your wine and represent it at the same commission. So you are one entities for don't make a mistake at the producer, and you say you have other 60 days for change your wine. So you permit to make a mistake, no? And I have 20 here. I represented the same sample like the first one, and the commission say, okay, I declassify your Barolo at Langhe Nebbiolo.
Wow.
Disaster. I have 8,000 bottles of Barolo and don't have the possibility to call Barolo. At that time, the Barolo is not like today, easy selling, all the people knows Barolo, incredible wine. At the time, the Barolo is important for a winery, etc. So one time in 2011, 1 year later, with this wine bottling, I go with my family at the dinner and say, Papa, Oscar, my father's, I have a problem. And my father say, which problem you have? This is a Barolo, and
but you can call it for that.
To call Barolo. Wow. My father looked at me and say, easy. Call the wine without a name.
But it's actually genius. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's a genius idea. Yeah.
Genius. And then look at me and say, anzi. So call no name in English is much more cool.
Yeah, and I have so many friends who love this wine. 1, because it's really good. 2, because they always remember what it's called, because the label is very special and it's called No Name. But we so this is 100% Nebbiolo, which is of course the classic, the king of Barolo, Piemonte. And would you just describe the characteristics of the Nebbiolo grape for the viewers?
Okay. This is a Nebbiolo. Have the possibility to become Barolo. From 2008, we decided to continue to make this wine, and we automatically, the day before the bottling, we declassify at Langhe Nebbiolo for protest. But this can be Barolo.
But the grape, the variety itself,
is Nebbiolo. Nebbiolo is completely different compared to Barbera. Barbera, say, compact, little. The Nebbiolo is much more longer, and then the resin is very, very not compact. And then have the two fly, like le ali. And it's not a very, very color grapes. It's not dark, and this is why called Nebbiolo. Is from the fog and also for the color of the grape. And the Nebbiolo, it's amazing because born very, very red, little fruity and a lot of floral. And then when aging, change the characteristic in spicy, like pepper, like tobacco,
and cinnamon,
and also balsamic sometimes, or incense, and is incredible. The evolution of the Nebbiolo and the capacity of the Nebbiolo to make easy fresh wine, or the king of the Piedmont wine, the Barolo, is amazing because it's versatile. It's for everybody. Nebbiolo is amazing.